Now I have Dr. Newman suiting up in his LCVG. Good help from Sergey. A lot of teamwork went into getting ready for this, to do this EVA today. As I mentioned last time, we had a lot of good help from the EVA training folks, and we really appreciate all their fine work, building 9 at the NBL and in all our tabletop sessions. Good view in the background there of all the stuff we had piled up under the netting, and you'll see it here as Jerry puts on his LTA. You can still see how we have all the equipment, tunnel booster fan, air hoses, and just about everything else but the kitchen sink here in the mid-deck, getting ready to go outside. Again, I'll just emphasize as a rookie on the crew, and this was the first EVA I'd participated in, that we just couldn't have done enough training in the CCT over there in Building 9. And I felt like I knew what was going on the whole time, and we just jumped right through the checklist and got them out the door a little bit early. You can see them now in the mid-deck getting ready to head back through the tunnel one at a time, and we'll go ahead and have them don their huts. And the path through the tunnel, because we had pre-staged some of the equipment, was really narrow, so we didn't want to bump anything out of the way there. Okay, this is Jerry Ross donning his hut. You can see his head popping out there now. Yeah, there's a big thumbs up from Jerry. Always a good moment to get the suit donned and ready to go. This is a nice shot looking back out the airlock hatch, which they later opened and exited to do the EVA. If you look at our payload bay, it looks pretty empty back there with the node Unity gone.
At least you didn't want this thing coming open. Open it? Geez. Kind of like work. Gas pressure 15.1, water pressure 14.8, and my gauge is about 4.2. It's right, Jim.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Jim. I'm ready to copy.
Miami V05, left 802, 99% power.
Okay, good work. Now rollers, Foxtrot, yaw 6 is for ingress.
Okay. Bring it down. Please go ahead and lock it up. Lock. Lock? Yeah.
And Jerry, Nancy's ready to rotate anytime you like it for the tool station installation.
Okay. Verified? Okay. There you go. Rotate that sucker. Okay. And you want to rotate it highway. Straight down. Let's see. Okay. No tethers in the way, right? Here we go. Let me fix this up. And let's fix our pitch. All the way down, right? Yeah. Gosh, that works great. Yeah, nice, huh? Do the yaw pedal. And that guy did in fact come out. So I'll work on him. Little hitch pin fella came out, CJ, that's what I'm working on.
Okay, Roger.
Jay, I'm going to untether and stow your port slide wire tether.
Great, thank you.
Jerry, you're looking for 630. Let us know when you see it.
Okay.
The one closest to the trunnion.
Yes, sir, I can see it.
And CJ, I'm going to start with F2, leaving F1 alone.
Okay, Jim, and I'll get you those settings in just a second.
Man. Okay, we can stop up and go towards structure. Forward in the bay.
7, 8, 12, 13.
A little more yaw would help.
Okay, you are yawing?
Okay.
Jerry, she's doing the best she can with a lot of angles.
Understand. I just wanted to stay clear of structure. Okay, that's far enough to port. I need to go forward in the bay.
Going forward. She can give you a little more yaw if you need it.
We're doing okay. Okay, we can stop right there.
Okay, you're going for
39, 40, 41.
40, 41.
Okay.
Okay, your tow stance is supposed to go to 130 here, and check the array too, Jerry, the clearance to the arrays.
The arrays is not a problem.
it up there, Jerry?
I'd say almost 10 feet.
Okay, thank you.
Looks like we're going around the world awful fast. We are. It's light and dark quick. And frequently.
So I was smiling at the guys in the cabin and they didn't smile back. And I realized they couldn't see me smiling.
Had your visor down.
I had my visor down. Hey, CJ?
Go ahead, Jim.
Let me read these P numbers to you. Okay, let me know if you need me to go grab that cable for you. That cable bundle. Okay, the P numbers I've got, Jerry, this jives more with what you were saying.
Yeah.
I got P614, P615,
Yeah.
P616, and P609.
Yeah, Chris, we were wondering if we seem to be moving pretty good here, what the first ground site was over Russia where we could verify Raku 5 and 6 power off and make sure everything's good.
Bob, good question. Sally says we're verifying it as we speak.
Roger that. Okay, are you done tightening that, Jerry?
Ready.
Okay, she's going to move you over then. Get ready to do the next.
Great. Stanchion and foot restraint. Okay, that's good. Why is that Alex go the wrong way? Do what?
But how does that get way down there?
I can't see him from here.
This is my usual way. Please go back here.
Houston Endeavor for station PCS.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Chris, just getting a little ahead a little bit, making sure everything works. We've got EPCS up and running with the displays looking good, and we'll be ready to connect to the MDM once we have all the connections made.
Copy.
It's amazing I can feel the difference in warmth between the front side, the sun side, and the dark side.
No doubt about it. And in the bay and out of the bay.
Yeah.
I am here to tell you, clocking is critical on cables.
you have cold cables and you don't have it clocked right, you don't have a chance. Thank you. Please, you want one more whiff?
Nope, that's it for whiffs.
Okay.
I need a handrail, number 120, I think. What CJ said?
You got a tether for it?
Yeah, put it on this.
Ray, what are you up to? No good. Slowly now. You're coming under. Slowly. The left one's coming under. Now kick your right one forward. That's it. You're clean.
Thank you.
Okay, Jim, we need you to look up there and tell us how much further up you need to go.
This is great. I need to go up 2 feet and I need to go in 3 feet. Nice driving.
Okay, on the way. Houston, Endeavor for EVA.
Go ahead for EVA.
I know you've been listening. Just to catch you up and make sure we're on the same sheet, we've completed both the Zenith and Nader Toyer inspections, and we are removing the APFR and tool stanchion from the RMS.
We copy and we're with you.
Okay, you got a foot and a half.
Thanks, Jerry. Your lights are helping in that direction.
Okay, all stop.
Ready to get off there?
We'll give it a try from here, yeah?
Okay.
Right. Houston Endeavor, we are complete with step 26. We have successfully activated the space station with no anomalies. The software worked perfect.
We copy, Bob. That's really great news. Outstanding effort. Endeavor Houston for EVA, just a note of interest, Jerry Ross has now exceeded Tom Akers' accumulated EVA time of 29 hours and 41 minutes. Congratulations.
Thanks, Mike.
It's a nice view from the hollow camera looking down the interaction between the guy on the arm, which is Jerry, and Jim, getting everything all set up. Everything worked out very nicely, and several times during the day, Nancy commented how valuable her arm training was in all the different facilities, and you know how much that effort really paid off. And here's a good shot, getting some closeout photos, and a beautiful view we had of the Earth in the background. This was a rather historic moment. We thought joining the Russian and American segments, the 6 electrical power and data cables coming down from the FGB to PMA-1, and we were able to get some nice IMAX footage of this shot also with a little better lighting conditions later on. I can tell you on the flight deck at this time, it was pretty busy. We were trying to replan some of the EVA. Here you can see the computers that the CDR and Sergey were working with. Nancy had RSAT and RBEV up both. You can see them up there, and they work just fantastic. And especially those 760XD machines are the hot number. Worked really great. Like I said, it was a lot of teamwork today. I was impressed with how everybody worked very well together, and it was a great day for STS-88.
And this is Mission Control. The flight controllers here have rotated the cameras around now so as to have a more inclusive view of the entire stack of the Zarya and the Unity modules, as well as the solar panels, so that the effect of the reaction control system jet firings on those stack, on the entire stack, can be observed. There's been a continuing series of pulses for about 13.5 minutes here as the reaction control system jets aboard Endeavour fire to boost the orbit of the International Space Station components by about 5.5 miles.
Bob, all we're seeing is the tip of one solar array, and it's very repetitive, but easily visible movement.
Yeah, my estimate is that it moves about a foot at the tip of solar.
This is Mission Control. We're looking at the back end of the Zarya module there as it moves up and down in response to the reaction control system firings of Endeavour's jets. Sergei Krikalev on board Endeavour reported that the entire stack appears to be deflecting about 1 foot as a result of the jet firings.
Since you guys saw most of the EVA from outside, we're going to cover some of what went on inside to get a feel for the mid-deck here and how crowded it is once we get all that stuff out of the stowage space where the internal airlock used to be and get prepped for EVA. Jerry and Jim got their liquid cooling garments on, and they're getting into their lower torso assemblies now. Sergei has just been a real asset on this flight. I don't think we'd have hardly any pictures or any time to do anything if we didn't have him helping out. He's super at helping us with EVA, and he's super with just about everything. Jim said he could put his own pants on, so he was working real hard at it. Nancy tried to get his good side as opposed to his bad side from the other day. I snuck down before they went outside the door to wish them a successful EVA, which it surely was. We still hadn't stowed everything in the airlock and tunnel adapter at that time. This was all pre-staged and ready to go inside there.
Jerry Ross and Jim Newman will be doing a spacewalk later today, starting around 3 p.m. Central Time, starting off by installing 2 box-like antennas on the outside of the Unity module. These antennas are part of the S-band early communications system that will allow U.S. flight controllers to monitor Unity's systems. Additional S-band electronic gear will be set up inside Unity on Thursday after astronauts enter the module for the first time.
This is Mission Control Houston, this television from Endeavour, as Mission Specialist Jim Newman and Jerry Ross prepare for the second of 3 spacewalks planned during STS-88. This view of Newman as he puts on the upper portion of the spacesuit called the hard upper torso, or HUT. It attached to a wall of Endeavour's airlock in brackets on the wall of the airlock for his donning of the upper portion of the suit. Assisting Ross and Newman as they prepare for the spacewalk are pilot Rick Sturko and mission specialist Sergei Krikalev.
Endeavour Houston, we are with you through Tidris East, and we are really enjoying that view that you set up from the middeck through into the tunnel.
Endeavour, roger, and we're ready on 7-55.
This is Mission Control Houston, this television view of Endeavour's exterior hatch as the crew preparing to exit the airlock at 0. Hatch opening now. During the spacewalk, Jerry Ross can be distinguished from Jim Newman by the red stripes that Ross has on the legs of his spacesuit. Ross designated extravehicular activity crew member number 1, and Newman designated extravehicular activity crew member number 2, or EV2. And Endeavour just moving into sunset also, as it is about to cross the coast of southern Africa.
Yeah, I want to tether to that. Let's see. You've got it. I've got it.
Okay. Line's clear. Okay, we're clear.
Okay, Jim, Nancy is going to take you up to the early com cable routing work site.
Good. I'll wait for your call and setting.
Okay, and give us just a second.
Okay, it's open and I see two connectors.
Okay, you're going to break cord securing FCD-X53 and 54 connectors by pulling the ring.
Wait.
Nice job, man.
Ready for more calls?
I'd say a little bit down in the payload bay and a little bit orbiter port motion and a little bit forward.
Are I getting more slack in this one?
Yeah, there's more.
Yeah, and that's loosened up.
Good call.
Okay, CJ, the cover is closed as best I can get it, and I have tethered off the cables for the first time at the junction of handrail 1031 and 1030.
Okay, Jerry, thank you very much.
Hey, Chris, Jerry.
Go ahead.
I'd just like for you to pass on to a lot of friends back there that spent a lot of long hours working hard to get us ready to go fly. And in particular, Wayne Wedlake and Scott Blythe, Dana Weigel and Barbara Schwartz and Jeff Dutton, to name a few.
Karina Shook.
Yeah, Karina Shook, I wasn't going to forget her. And her music. I just really do appreciate it. All the training they went to, all the effort to get us ready is really paying off.
Jerry, we're watching the sunrise over your shoulder, and they sure appreciate your words. Thanks a lot.
We look forward to getting home and sharing all the experiences with them.
Unstow 4 cables from pouches. Is that time now?
Yep, that's the next. Unstow the cables from the pouches. Tether them and close the pouches.
Okay.
Jerry, after you give Jim your wiretap caddy, you are off to do your side, early com install prep.
Okay. Won't be much longer. One more wire tie to go.
How's this looking for 330?
Good to go about 2 feet towards my feet.
Roger that.
Good motion.
We got a nice end. Okay, she's going to start bringing you forward there, Jim. And is that far enough to port?
Am I going to be able to keep my dual stanchions here?
Yep, it says,
Probably won't.
sorry about that. It says move to 1030. Sorry about that, Jim.
Yeah, but I got the BOT with the antenna over there.
Okay. Would you rather move it back around to your backside?
We won't fit here. I'll try the backside.
Okay, your call.
straight?
I see it. Yep, straight and it's locked.
Yep.
Get the thermal cover back down a little bit there, Jim. Kind of bumped it. See it there? So.
Okay, how's that look?
Good to me.
That looks good to me.
Straight as an arrow, man. Good job.
I think I have some wool in. Good motion.
We're doing very well, Jim. It's just a shade behind what the replan was, but I think we're doing a great job today. You guys are just doing super.
Yep, watch my slide wire so I stay away from antennas.
Okay, we'll try and keep an eye out for that.
In fact,
Are you going to get on the node slide wire?
that's just what I'm thinking.
Okay, roger that, Jerry.
Hey, CJ, can you see two tethers there?
Jim, if you just feel more comfortable, you can go ahead and move it to 9. I don't see any problem with that.
I'm moving it to 9.
Roger that.
It does need to move.
CJ, can you see two there?
I sure do, Jerry. They're both tethered. Thank you.
Good, thank you.
Houston Endeavor, if you got KU, nice shot at Jerry on camera D going up the slide wire.
Where you be, Jim?
He's right at the Zenith sunshade installation.
Great.
Okay. What sort of numbers do you have in there?
Okay, they should have numbers like 002 and 001.
Negative. I got a number that's 683-58040-009. That's one of them?
Okay, well, it may have been revs to the design.
That's the code.
Okay, we got it. 2 is 9, 1 is 8.
And we'll go from the top down.
Well, we can start in the basement and work our way up. I agree.
Except I need to get rid of this tool. So I've got a tether to work with. Jim, do you have a... Yeah, you can put it on your thing, couldn't you?
Yep, I've got a fish stringer.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of tethers, I'll give you the fish stringer.
down, CJ.
Jerry, it's looking really nice. I can see that's a tough piece of work there.
Denver, Houston, Jerry, it looks like you're standing on a mountaintop.
Tremendous view, Chris.
Yeah, and do you need to come any more port, Jim?
No.
Okay.
And let's go and review the part where it says about the brown stripe.
Yeah, I thought he was going to pull there first.
So just have him read it, the whole thing.
Yeah.
There it goes. Gone. Yep, it's gone. It didn't pass as a timer.
Hey, congratulations, crew. You got her deployed. All right, good to see.
I blinked and missed it. I hope the camera caught it.
You went straight out.
Here's the view we had out the overhead window while they're working. Actually, they're a lot closer than that. The camera makes it look further away. It's unbelievable. You look out and you feel like you can reach out and touch them. Of course, Nancy is just a superb arm operator. Here's some of the tools that she's using. Rick's making the calls, keeping them up to date on the timeline and checklist, making sure they're doing everything that they need to. Of course, using RSAD and RBEV, we'll get another shot of RBEV here. Nancy can preview what position she's going to, get a good feel for what they are. And then with RSAD, the positions we're in, oftentimes we're within 5-6 degrees of a joint limit. And she can key them coming and help keep everything within limits, not trip any alarms. Those 760 XDs sure are good. As I said, we wouldn't have a lot of pictures if it weren't for Sergey. We're so darn busy, we've hardly had time to look out the window except to look at the International Space Station attached to us. So Sergey's been getting a few Earth-out shots now and then, plus some really nice shots of Jim and Jerry while they're outside. Here's Sergey and Rick opening the hatch so those guys can come in. So with a little more room on the middeck, not too much more. We broke out the drinks and some food. Rick, being a big eater, had already chowed down and was getting into his email. I can't tell you how nice it is having real email on board and getting those messages back and forth. It's a real morale boost, and it's great keeping track with everybody down home. Jim's having some strawberries. Sergey's already into his dessert. Got a big brownie there. And everybody is well hydrating. That was Rick saying everything that he had for dinner. But this is our goal. It's building a space station and setting the pace for the future. We're sure enjoying it up here. It's extremely challenging, but it's also extremely rewarding. And when you get to look out the window and see Zarya and Unity join together and knowing that you get to go inside tomorrow, it's pretty awesome.
And the docking system hatch from Endeavour, the first of 6 hatches the crew will open today as they enter all the way into the International Space Station's Unity and Zarya modules. And just in view, just beyond the hatch, the docking mechanism hatch into Unity's mating adapter. Now opening the docking mechanism hatch, entering into pressurized mating adapter number 2, the mating adapter to Unity, and in view behind Bob Cabana, the hatch to Unity. As the crew begins into the International Space Station. And Commander Bob Cabana now working the mechanism to open Unity's hatch. Pressure equalized between Unity and Endeavour. The hatch now coming open to Unity. Cabana and Sergei Krikalev enter the module. Commander Bob Cabana and Sergei Krikalev entering the module together. The first astronauts aboard the International Space Station in orbit.
Endeavour Houston, we are back with you on the west, and it was great to watch that ingress just as you went over the hill.
I'm sorry we didn't have time to wait till we get coverage again, but we wanted to make sure we got the other hatch open. We'll send it back to you on film, and we're through into PMA2 waiting for your Moscow equalization of the hatches into the FGB. This is just an absolutely super place. It's unbelievable. If you got live coverage, look at the volume Sergei is floating around in. We are so pleased and excited and proud to be a part of the team that made this happen. And our special thanks to all the ISS folks, all their hard work. We remember when Unity was just an aluminum shell, and it is a truly fine piece of hardware. And just thanks to everybody in the space station program for all their hard work.
Thank you, Bob.
And we're going to get back to work here. We got some steps we got to get caught up on before we progress on into the FGB.
Roger. Endeavour Houston.
Great, go ahead, Houston.
Bob, all of the expedition crews are here watching your folks' fine work. They're very pleased to have you opening up the doors and airing out the new home. They ask, please don't leave any dirty dog footprints in there.
Well, we got Sergey along to make sure it's ship-shape when he gets back.
It's got to be good for all of you.
Oh, this is outstanding, Chris. I just, words can't express it. It's unbelievable to be part of such a great program, bringing all these countries together, working together in space for everybody's betterment. And just, you know, it's really outstanding hardware. It's just so nice inside. It's really nice to be in a new home.
The crew now entering Zarya. Cabana and Krikalev entering together. As Endeavour crosses above the southern Atlantic, just about to cross the coast of southern Africa. Entering Zarya at 3:12 p.m. Central Time. Now the hatch opening to the main compartment for Zarya. Mission Specialist Jim Newman now coming through the hatch into the main compartment of the Zarya module.
And Houston Endeavour, just since this is the only camera I got, I want to get a quick picture of Sergey in his new home. I should say future home. He's anxiously awaiting Shep and Yuri to come join him.
Sergey.
Привет.
Looks like home. What do you think?
It's small yet. We need to add more modules. Great things start with small beginnings.
This is Mission Control Houston, this television from Unity. As Mission Specialist Jerry Ross begins a setup of early communications system equipment in the module. This, the interior equipment that accompanies the exterior equipment that Ross, along with Newman, installed yesterday during the second spacewalk of the flight. The S-band early communication system will allow flight controllers for the station here in Houston to receive communications from the station, monitoring telemetry and systems, and have limited commanding of systems on Unity and on Zarya through the U.S. Tracking and Data Relay Satellite System. The primary communications with the station for commanding, however, will still be through the Russian communications system that is internal to the Zarya module. The early S-band communication system will also allow voice and video conferencing communications capabilities for the first crew of the station and the first several crews of the station before the U.S. KU band communication system is installed later during assembly.
This is Mission Control Korolyov. You're looking at Mission Specialists Nancy Curry and Sergei Krikalev as they work through an in-flight maintenance procedure on a piece of equipment that was considered failed, and was replacement parts were carried up on the shuttle mission. This is back in the Zarya control module in one of the equipment bays through behind one of the panels. The belief is that this particular unit associated with that battery number 1 in the Zarya control module is the culprit in the problem early on after Zarya's launch that showed a higher state of charge on that battery than the other 5 batteries, which led flight controllers to believe that in later subsequent testing, which showed the battery charging as was normal. The battery could be charged all the way to full power and then discharged completely, which showed flight controllers the battery itself appeared to be in good shape, but that it was the associated hardware with that battery that may be the problem. And so some additional hardware was flown on this flight, and coincidentally, Sergei Krikalev, on one of his flights aboard the Mir space station, had performed this nearly identical procedure. So he is well aware of the procedure and is now into that procedure, as we heard a moment ago.
Space Station Houston, back with you on the west. Молодец.
The suspect current converter unit has been removed. Chris Hadfield notifying the crew by the Russian word молодец, which officially, technically stands for good boy or good job.